I have no words. This has to be one of the most simple and fooling card tricks because the first time I saw it, I was completely baffled. Even when I performed it, it blew me away because it worked so well. What? I don't want to keep you in any more suspense, but if you cannot blow people's brains, you can dislike this video. Alright, yo, so check this out. For those of you who are curious, today we're going to be using the Nebula Supernova playing cards. These actually are designed very well. I really love these playing cards. We're going to start off by not having a card selected. I'm going to hand you the deck, and you can shuffle it up as much as you'd like. So shuffle up this way. If you want to shuffle it up this way, that's completely fine as well. Whatever you want to do, you can do. And that's really the beauty of this trick. So now that you shuffled it up, I want you to cut it into approximately 3 even piles. So let's say pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. If you want to move cards around, you have the complete freedom to do that. You can literally do whatever you want, as long as they're close to even. So you have these piles, and now I want you to pick one, and the one pile that you select will be the one that you keep. So let's say you want this pile, all right? Put these others over to the side. Now you want this pile. I want you to take a look at this, at the cards here, and select any one card that you want. Just think of it in your mind. Don't even tell me, don't pull it out. Just think of one card in your mind. Now, obviously, I can't do this with you because you're not actually physically here as a spectator. So just for our purposes, I'm going to pull out one card, take a look at it, and memorize it, all right? Once you have that card memorized, I'll push it right back in. And I will shuffle up this deck. By I mean you as a spectator. Once you looked at the card, you can shuffle up the deck. It's insane how fair this is, all right? So we're going to shuffle this up as much as you'd like. If you want to shuffle it up this way, you want to shuffle it up this way, it's amazing. Now, I'm going to take a guess, and I'm going to say your card is going to be at the, let me get a feel, at the 6th position from the top. All right, so now I may or may not be right, but I want you to deal cards face up one at a time, and I want you to memorize the location of where your card's at, but I want you to deal the entire pile so I don't exactly know where your card is. So memorize the location in which you see your card. Right, hopefully you have the location memorized. Was it at the 6th position? No. Okay, well, funny enough, the first time I performed it, that actually was. But that's okay, that's okay. I want you to give this deck a cut, right? So this is your packet. Give this deck a cut wherever you want. Place this packet right in the middle. Complete the rest of the cut. And now you can give this pile as many cuts as you'd possibly like. Let's give it a couple of cuts like this. And I feel like that should be fair enough. Now here's what I'm going to try. You remember what location your card was in, right? For a location from the top, because if you don't remember, that's going to be a bit tricky. I'm going to try my best. It's a little tough to think. Okay. Let me try this. What position was your card in from the top? 2. Okay. It was the 2nd position from the top. No worries. No worries. And I had said that it would most likely, the number I had said was 6. Let's try this out. I want you to start dealing cards one at a time. All right. And when you get to the 6th card, I want you to stop and hold it in your hand. We're going to try this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Now for the first time, can you name your card out loud? The Queen of Hearts. Well, check this out. There's only one card in your hand. You dealt everything. You had done pretty much all the shuffling. You merely thought of this card. And the card that you selected was the Queen of Hearts. Insane. How is that possible? What up, crew? It is Magic Monday, and this is your place to learn magic, master performance, and captivate audiences. Alright, so to give you some background, I first saw this effect performed by Paul Wilson, and it's originally written in the Royal Road to CardMechanic. Like I was saying, when I first saw it, I'm like, there's no way that this is possible. And then when I performed it, it felt like it's even more impossible, if that's even possible. Oh, and by the way, there might be a surprise later on somewhere in this video. So before I dive into the tutorial, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, grab your favorite deck of playing cards, and now, let's do it. You are going to have so much fun with this card trick. And just a quick short story, the first time I did this, it worked out perfectly. And when I mean perfectly, it worked out perfectly, all right? So I can't wait. I'm just gonna dive right in. I really wanted to share this card trick with you guys. So if you want to start off by first handing the deck over to the spectator. And by the way, completely impromptu, no setup required, no nothing. Just one simple concept, which I'll talk about a bit later. So you want to hand over the deck to the spectator and want them to shuffle it up as much as they would like, to their heart's content. Once they're done shuffling up the deck, ask them to split it up into approximately 3 even piles. Again, they don't have to be even, but I just like to say approximately 3 even piles because there are always people that don't do 3 even piles. So you have 3 even piles. You have them select any pile that they want, and that's the pile that they're going to go with, okay? A lot of the times people might think, oh, it's going to be a magician's choice. If I pick this one, they're going to give me that one, whatever it is. So you can even specify whichever pile you pick is the pile that you'll be using. So let's just say they pick the center pile. You can take the other parts or the other 2 halves, 2/3, whatever it is, and put it on over to the side for now. And they're just going to take their pile. Have them first take a look and memorize 1 card. Again, memorize 1 card. They don't have to pick it out. They don't have to do any of that. They don't have to hand it to you. They just memorize, they look at and memorize 1 card. For our purposes, to make it life a bit easy, I'm going to get Jack of Hearts, all right? We're going to have the Jack of Hearts selected and memorized. So the spectator is memorizing this card. Once they have the card memorized, they're going to shuffle up this deck or this packet as much as they'd like. And how insane is that? All right, just to quickly recap, they shuffled up the deck, they split it into 3 piles, they looked and memorized the card. Once that card was memorized, they shuffled up this packet as well. So there's no possible way you can influence anything of what they're doing. Completely uninfluenceable, all right? Once they've done that, you're going to tell them any random number that comes to your mind. I would probably go with a lower number. I would probably stick between 1 and 10, but just to be safe, in Paul Wilson's performance when he did this, he picked the number 6. So most of the time, I picked the number 6 or 7 because 7 is kind of like a lucky number. So for us, let's say this time we're doing it, we picked the number 7. So you tell the spectator, I think your card is going to be in the 7th position. And have the spectator deal their cards and memorize what position their card is in, okay? And by the way, short story, first time I was doing this, the card, and I said, memorize the card in the 6th position. The card was actually, when I said the card will be in the 6th position, the card actually ended up in the 6th position. Perfect right there. Perfect exactly the way it was. It's impossible to do. So anyway, they start dealing the cards out. As they're dealing the cards, this card trick relies on the key card principle. So the first card that they put down is going to be your key card. So what you're going to do is, you first give them the instruction, deal out the cards one at a time until you see your card. In this case, it's in the 3rd position. Until you see your card, memorize its position and deal out the rest of the deck. So that is the spectator's instruction. As you instruct the spectator to do that, once they start dealing cards, take a look and memorize the first card they dealt to. And then even you can shade your face, cover your hand or cover your eyes with your face. What am I saying? Cover your face with your hand and don't look, right? Because then you can kind of even tell the spectator that you're not actually even looking at the cards that they're dealing, but you've already looked at the 1 card that you need. So you can look away as they're dealing. Again, memorize Ace of Hearts. That's going to be our key card. They see their Jack of Hearts in the 3rd position. Now you're just going to keep dealing. Or they're just going to keep dealing until they've gone through the rest of the deck. All right, so that's done. You tell the spectator now to turn that packet face down. Give this packet a cut. This was 2/3 of the deck. Give that a cut. Put the rest of these cards, their packet, in the middle there. And they can feel free to give this packet a cut as many times as they want. Not a shuffle, but just cuts as many times as they'd like. I haven't done a giveaway in a while, and I really love these Nebula playing cards, so I'm going to be giving one away in this video. So real quick and easy, to enter, make sure you smash that like button and comment down below your favorite card trick. That's it. The giveaway winner will be announced 72 hours after the release of this video on my YouTube community page, so I really hope you win, truly. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming. So from the spectator's perspective, that is the most fair thing that could have happened. There is no possible way that any of that, it happens. From this point, you're going to pick up this pile. Again, our card was not at the 7th position, so what I'd actually do is ask the spectator, was the card at the 7th position? They're going to say, no, it wasn't. Then we're going to continue with the trick. That's when I put the packet in the middle, then give the deck as many cuts as they'd like. You're going to take this deck now and you're going to look through it, and you just tell the spectator, I'm going to try to find your card, or I'm going to try to focus towards your card. As you're spreading through, you are looking for your key card, okay? So we're looking through a key card, we're looking for the Ace of Hearts. There's the Ace of Hearts, right over here. Now, I don't know what their card is. Their card is somewhere after the Ace of Hearts, which can literally be anything. Probably about a third of the deck after the Ace of Hearts, which again, literally could be anything. So what I do is, I'm going to take the Ace of Hearts, I'm going to take Ace of Hearts, then I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, and I'm going to move these cards to the bottom. Now, there are different outcomes to this effect, and I'll talk about the second outcome in a bit, but this is the first outcome. When you move the 6 cards, or sorry, I picked the number 7, right? So let me move 7 cards. So I just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I moved 7 cards to the bottom, all right? And again, the 7 number I just picked is completely random. I'm also moving these cards kind of at random, but just to kind of stick with, to make things easier for myself, I move 7 cards, including your key card, to the bottom of the pile. And then I put this face down. And now I ask the spectator, what position was your card in? They're gonna say the position was 2, right? Because the second card, was it 2 or 3? No, I don't remember. Sorry, they're gonna say that their card was in the 3rd position, right? Because it was Ace, 7, and then their Jack. So they say their card was in the 3rd position. So obviously your 7 was wrong. And then you could say, wait, hold on, my bad. Did I say 7? 7 is just one of those lucky numbers that you kind of get mixed up. But there's actually another number that's coming to mind. And what you're going to be doing is, you now know that their card is going to be 2 after your key card, right? And the cards you moved to the bottom were 7. So this is the math you're going to do. You're going to do 7 minus 3 for the position of their card, plus 1, okay? So 7, that moves 7 cards, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, so 7 minus 3 is 4 plus 1, which is 5. So now you can pick up the deck and say, sorry, I didn't mean 7. A lot of people's lucky number is 5. Then you deal off cards from the bottom, or you can have the spectator deal it off. Then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's a spectator's selected card. I know that there's quite a lot going on, so the best way to actually learn this trick is just by practicing. So now let's take the second, or actually main case, which you kind of saw in the performance. You hand the deck over to the spectator, they shuffle it up, split it up into 3 packets, 1, 2, 3, they can pick any one of the ones they like, put these over to the corner, have them look at and memorize 1 card. Let's just say they're memorizing the King of Diamonds, okay? They can shuffle it up, again, extremely fair, that's what I love about this trick. Once they've shuffled that up, you're gonna say any random number you want. Let's just say the number 7 again, for simplicity and consistency. And you're gonna tell them to deal off cards one at a time, face up. And as they're dealing face up, you memorize the first card. This is gonna be your key card. The Queen of Clubs is your key card. And they're gonna have to memorize what position their card's in, right? So their card is the King of Diamonds. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Their card is in the 10th position. King of Diamonds in the 10th position. And we'll put the rest of these cards over. All you know as the performer is what your key card is, and all that the spectator knows is that their card is King of Diamonds and it's in the 10th position. Once this is done, you ask the spectator, was your card in the 7th position? They're obviously going to say no. And you can either snap your fingers and be like, ah, that would have been so cool if it was. Then you come back to the rest of the packet, put this somewhere in the middle, and have the spectator give this packet as many cuts as they'd like. Let's just do that, and we'll be done. Now you're gonna pick this packet up, and you can tell again the spectator, I want to focus in on trying to find your card. You're looking for your key card, which is the Queen of Clubs. Now I take 7 cards, including the Queen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I move all of these to the bottom. Again, just because I picked the number 7, so I'm moving 7. You can move a different amount if you'd like. So now that I moved these 7 cards to the bottom, obviously the spectator's card is not down here. Now you ask the spectator, what position was their card in? They're gonna say 10. Now you know, since you moved 7 cards down, their card is not going to be in the bottom pile. You know that their card is gonna be in the top pile. And all you have to do is take their position, so their position was 10, and subtract it by the number of cards you move down here. So the number of cards you move down here were 7. So you do 10 minus 7 and watch. 1, 2, 3. Their card will be the third position from the top. Now to reveal this, one thing you can do is have a spectator hold a card one at a time, and you can be like, okay, let me try to get a sense. I don't think that's your card, put it down. Let me try to get a sense. I don't think that's your card, put it down. Let me try to get a sense. Oh wait, I think that might be your card. Then they flip it over. It is the King of Diamonds, and their mind is freaking blown. Amazing. You cannot tell me that this card trick is not amazing. I will not believe you at all. If you want to see another card trick that'll amaze your friends, you can click on this video right here. At least 300 people have liked it, so you probably will too. Anyway, thanks so much for spending your time with me. Hope you have a great day ahead. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Deck drop.